and welcome to this special edition of NYSC Half Hour. I am Nkem Okwogo. On today's episode, we bring you highlights of the just concluded President's NYSC Honors Award for the 2018 and 2019 set. The President's NYSC Honors Awards was instituted to reward excellence in service. Corps members with outstanding performance are identified and rewarded accordingly. The award serves as a motivation to youth to give their best, endear them to their fatherland, and forge greater commitment to the ideals of the scheme. The award ceremony has rightly assumed a high profile in the NYSC calendar of activities and its importance to both corps members and the general public. This year, 110 Nigerian youth from the 2018 and 2019 sets who have distinguished themselves in the 4 cardinal programs of the scheme are being awarded. Welcome to this historic event. Join us in celebrating our distinguished awardees.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have the greatest of pleasure to welcome you all as we gather here for the combined 2018 and 2019 President's NYSC Honors Award ceremony. This event, initiated by our forebears nearly 5 decades ago, is a unique way of expressing the nation's appreciation of outstanding performance of members of the Service Corps. Today, in this edition, we have 110 ex-corps members being presented for this prestigious award, having scaled through the rigorous and highly competitive selection process. Without further ado, and with the kind permission of His Excellency, I will call on the Director General of the National Youth Service Corps, Brigadier General Shuaibu Ibrahim, to come forward and present his introductory remarks. The DG.
It is my pleasure to welcome His Excellency Mr. President and other distinguished guests to the combined 2018-2019 edition of the President's NYSC Honors Award ceremony. The founding fathers of the scheme instituted this award in 1974 to reward outstanding corps members who had done extremely well. In nearly 5 decades, it has engendered deeper commitment and patriotism among members of the Service Corps, as demonstrated through selfless and dedicated service to the fatherland. In selecting award winners, due considerations are always given to the value they add to their host communities through the NYSC Community Development Service, as well as the qualities of loyalty, honesty, commitment, teamwork, devotion to duty, creativity, demonstrated during the primary assignment, amongst other criteria. Your Excellency, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, today I have the honor and privilege of presenting to you 110 ex-corps members who, through a painstaking selection process, emerged the best during their service years. They are drawn from the 2018 and 2019 service years, as well as backlog of the previous years. Let me add that the selection exercise was carried out by a panel of distinguished Nigerians with proven integrity. Though we have sustained this age-long tradition of rewarding the best of the corps participants in each service year, permit me to point out that all corps members deployed in the batches from which these awardees emerged generally made invaluable contributions to the socio-economic development of our dear country. They have built on the performances of their predecessors in key sectors such as education, health, agriculture, and infrastructure. Through the Community Development Service, the core members have over the years added value to their communities by executing various projects, including construction, renovation of schools and hospitals, repair of roads, and provision of potable water, amongst others. In further demonstration of their commitment to the progress of the country, successive batches of core members also participated actively in the implementation of national programs such as election, immunization, population census, and the conduct of the Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examinations. They also carry out advocacy activities in the Sustainable Development Goals under the scheme's partnership with the Office of the Senior Special Assistant to the President on SDGs. Furthermore, the scheme is making great impact in the area of health through the Health Initiative for Rural Dwellers and the HIV/AIDS awareness campaign. I am also confident that the contribution of NYSC to government efforts at containing the COVID-19 pandemic will continue to be appreciated by all and sundry. It will be recalled that while the nation was on lockdown as a result of the pandemic, the scheme remained very visible as we harnessed the talents of core members for various interventions. While the core medical teams joined other health professionals in the front line, providing services in various health facilities, other core members made impact through mass production and donation of face masks, antiseptic liquid soaps, and hand sanitizers, and equally fabricated and donated automatic and food-protected water, liquid soap, and hand sanitizer dispensers, as well as disinfectant chambers in several states of the Federation. Other interventions include donation of food and other palliative items to indigent persons, sensitization of the public on prevention of infection and control measures, decontamination of public premises, and the conduct of free virtual teaching lessons for students in SE classes of secondary schools and all over the country. I consider it appropriate at this point to express our gratitude for the federal government for approving the resumption of NYSC orientation activities, which was earlier suspended in response to the COVID-19 challenge. May I also appreciate the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19 and the Nigeria Center for Disease Control for providing the support and guidance that led to the approval of the resumption of the orientation program. I equally thank the NCDC for donating personal protective equipment, PPE, and rapid test kits worth millions of naira for usage in all our orientation camps. It is also worth noting that the strict implementation of COVID-19 testing as a prerequisite for admitting both core members and officials to the orientation camps nationwide has assisted the NCDC on data analysis, management, and national survey on the trend of the transmission of the virus. I wish to express a profound appreciation to Mr. President for his abiding faith in the National Youth Service Corps as clearly demonstrated through sustained provision of the required resources for the mobilization of all eligible graduates. We also owe the Excellency a huge debt of gratitude for approving the increase of core members' personal allowance from 19,800 naira to 33,000 naira in line with the new national minimum wage. Indeed, this has gone a long way in boosting the morale of core members. I wish to assure you that the NYSC management and core members will continue to justify government's huge investment through greater commitment to the service of our fatherland. Let me also use this occasion to appreciate the federal government for its various initiatives geared towards the development of the Nigerian youth, including empowerment programs such as the 75 billion naira Nigerian Youth Trust Fund, the Presidential Youth Empowerment Scheme, and the National Young Farmer Scheme. We will continue to sensitize core members on the need to avail themselves of the opportunities provided through these programs to enable them to develop economic skills, become self-employed, contribute their quota to the overall development of the country. Your Excellency, sir, I wish to also thank the federal government for appointing the NYSC to the Technical Working Group on the Mambila Hydroelectric Power Project, as well as the Presidential Steering Committee on Alternate School Program. Let me assure that we shall justify the confidence reposed in the scheme by giving our best towards the achievement of the desired outcomes. Permit me on behalf of the NYSC National Governing Board to once again acknowledge the support given to the scheme by the Foreign Minister and the entire Ministry of Youth and Sport Development. We thank you most sincerely for your commitment to the mentoring and empowerment of our youth in line with Mr. President's vision. Finally, I thank all the invited guests and numerous stakeholders in the scheme, especially those who have joined the program virtually for their support, which is the tonic that supports the scheme to its successes.
Mr. President, before you are our young men and women who have qualified for the Presidential Honor Award. This is a special recognition for standing out among their peers in the cause of their national youth service to our country. Indeed, the entire nation takes pride in demonstration of deep sense of patriotism, hard work, and discipline, which have strengthened our confidence in these young men and women as part of an emerging generation of Nigerian leaders. To serving members of the service corps and the rest of our teaming youth, I urge you to take a cue from the awardees by imbibing higher ideals of patriotism and giving your best for the progress of our dear country.
President Muhammadu Buhari delivered his address virtually from the council chambers in the presidential villa and conferred the presidential awards on the 110 ex-corps members.
I am delighted to welcome you all as we gather in the recognition of these young Nigerians and also by an attestation to the legacy of the NYSC Corps and our nation. It is noteworthy that the young men and women being honored have excelled in the 4 cardinal programs of the scheme, namely A, orientation course, B, primary assignment, C, community development service, and D, winding up person out, which form the basis of assessment for the honors award.
The president commended the NYSC for its contribution towards the fight against the COVID-19 pandemic. The president praised the scheme for its skill acquisition and entrepreneurship development program, SAID, in empowering corps members with requisite skills for self-reliance.
Our corps members confronted and remained at the forefront in the war against COVID-19 pandemic. Indeed, the inherent innovation and resilience of Nigerian youth, which members of the Service Corps demonstrated through the production of face masks, hand sanitizers, liquid soap, and several fabricated machines, contributed towards curtailing the spread of coronavirus. I have also been adequately briefed about positive impact of the NYSC skill acquisition and entrepreneurship program is making on corps members. The effort of the scheme to further strengthen the program through collaboration with Nigerian incentive-based risk-sharing system for agricultural lending is a welcome innovation.
President Buhari urged the NYSC to continue to drive the program to further successes while retaining its standard and quality.
I commend the Federal Ministry of Youth and Sports Development, the NYSC National Governing Board, and all other stakeholders in the scheme who have all contributed to actualizing the dreams of the founding fathers of the scheme. It is my fervent hope that all hands will remain on deck as we continue to work together with a single mind for the benefit of the nation.
The President directed the Honorable Minister of Youth and Sports Development to continue with the proceedings of the event.
I congratulate you, and I hereby direct the relevant agencies of government to ensure timely implementation of the following additional incentives for all the award recipients. A, automatic enrollment into the Federal Civil Service. B, Federal Scholarship. Federal Scholarship for the pursuit of postgraduate studies up to the doctoral level in any university in Nigeria. And D, company Keshiro. I most sincerely commend the management and staff. On this note, I'm delighted to confer the 2018 and 2019 Presidential Honors Award on 110 EXCO members, and hereby direct the Honorable Minister of Youth and Sports Development to hand over the award on my behalf.
The Honorable Minister for Youth and Sports Development, Mr. Sunday Dare, presented the awards to the distinguished awardees on behalf of the President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, President Muhammadu Buhari. The award for the overall Best Corps Member for 2018 set was given to Anyogu Oninyerichi Rejoice, a native of Abia State who served in Taraba State. Oninyerichi is also the recipient of the Best Female Corps Member for 2018 set, sponsored by the National Council for Women's Society.
While serving in GDSS Sabongida, she discovered that one of the pressing needs of the school was lack of toilets. She therefore mobilized and constructed 2 blocks of squatting toilets at GDSS Sabongida Tukura. The project greatly improved the hygienic condition of the school, in addition to reorienting members of the school community.
The overall Best Corps Member for 2019 set is Dr. Eze Sunday Victor. He is an indigene of Enugu State who served outstandingly in Jigawa State.
While working as a corps member in the healthcare center, he organized weekly clinical capacity building trainings for community health extension workers in the center. During his spare time, he mobilized his fellow corps members and willing members of the community for weekly environmental sanitations. It is interesting to note that during such exercises, Dr. Eze usually sensitized members of the community on measures against communicable diseases. He also mobilized funds from public-spirited individuals to carry out personal community development projects. They are as follows. Number 1, upgrading and renovation of the Miga Primary Healthcare Center. Number 2, provision of 4 oxygen cylinders for the theater, the general wards, and the referral ambulance.
For 2019, Odion Jessica Esonhe received the award for Best Female Corps Member, sponsored by the National Council for Women's Society.
The Best Female Corps Member for the National Council for Women's Society Special Award is Odion Jessica Esonhe.
Ms. Odion was humble, hardworking, diligent, and very passionate about service to humanity, which endeared her to both staff and students. Although she was assigned to teach physics and mathematics, her courage and hygienic disposition, coupled with integrity and commitment to work, led to her appointment as the school health mistress. As the secretary of the Independent National Electoral Commission Community Development Service Group, she mobilized the group and sensitized schools and market operators on voter education. Through her efforts, the group also replaced the damaged signpost at the INEC office in Isa local government area of the state. Her exemplary leadership prowess in steering the group earned her numerous commendations and awards.
Award plaques and medals were handed over to the awardees drawn from the 2018 and 2019 service year by the Honorable Minister of Youth and Sports Development on behalf of the President. The awardees were filled with gratitude and motivated for a greater service to humanity. They had this to say.
Well, I'm honored to be recognized by my country, which I love so much, and I'm glad that I'm here today for this award ceremony. This is a call to do more, as we have been told, and I believe I am going to work in this line to do more to serve humanity and especially my country, Nigeria.
I'm very, very happy. I thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for letting me be one among the choose. And I thank the federal government of Nigeria and the National Youth Service Corps and the DG of NYSC and the entire staff of NYSC.
And I'm happy. In fact, I can't even express how I feel right now because this whole thing is just like a dream come true. And I'm so happy. I thank God Almighty and all involved in this dream. I'm so happy.
Honestly, I'm short of words to explain that, but I'm so excited and I thank Almighty Allah for seeing us the reality and seeing us today and being part of the awardees presidential award NYSC.
Today is one of the best days of my life. I feel so delighted and really it's beyond, I don't know, beyond words. I'm so excited. With this alone, it has given me the mindset that no matter what you do, you can't go unrewarded.
I feel fulfilled. I feel excited. I feel like I've contributed something, which is the very essence of life. I feel alive today, knowing fully well that I was able to impact something during my service here.
I feel elected and I give kudos to the NYSC and the federal government.
I was so overwhelmed. I wasn't really expecting it and I really thank God for everything. I feel good. When I thought of doing a project, I wasn't really expecting much. I wanted to do it because of this, the way I saw the students, and I wanted to assist them in making a difference. And this has encouraged me to do better. And I believe this will also encourage so many other corps members that are coming up. And not just being a corps member. Wherever you are, I think it's right to do what you know is right to be done.
I feel very happy and I feel very glad and appreciative to the federal government because it's going to be an incitement and also an encouragement to the younger ones seeing that when you hustle or when you work hard to achieve something, and you're being encouraged to work harder.
That was amazing. We are proud of the 110 youth whose hard work and commitment earned them a place as recipients of the President's Award. We also commend the entirety of corps members for their selfless service to humanity in their places of primary assignment and host communities. Your individual efforts are recognized and valued. The celebration of the diversity in the list of those awarded is a true testament to the scheme's enduring legacy of national integration. It strengthens the mileage in our quest to be a nation with one common vision and destiny, despite our diversity. Sadly, this is where we draw the curtain on today's episode of NYSC Half Hour. I really hate to go, but I must. The time is against us. But remember, you could always write to us on the online handles displayed on your screens right now, and on my honor, we would write back. Remember, the safety of corps members in our communities is the responsibility of you and I. Until I see you next time, I am Nkem Okwogu. Stay safe.